Hello, welcome. My name is Kwabena Darko. Welcome. I want to share today with you how we built our businesses in Ghana. Businesses are unique with individual experience and just as unique individual situations. But there are, general things that everybody else can consider in trying to build a business, especially those of us who did not have businesses, who have not run businesses before. If you have never run a business before, and especially if you don't have any money, any network, any background that can help you to build business, there are basic things that you have to understand. Now, when we tried to be, I remember when we I had done some businesses in Kumasi when I was doing national service, and after that, when you finish your national service and they ask you, when are you going? I mean, I really didn't want to be there anyway. We work with a wood processing company at Kwabena area, wood processing company. I was there for, I think, 8 months to a year or so. After that, I stayed at home. We tried to do something, some projects, we were able to build something around it. Then after that, pursue postgraduate school, outside the country. So when we came, we just had to start from nothing. No money. We didn't come with no money. Right? So we stayed in Accra, went to town to, trying to buy some things and package them where to sell. We did that for a while. Then I, just around same year, this is 2008, 2009, we formed a construction company with some people. That was a wrong decision. It never worked. Just interested in just money. I wanted to build a business, and so it was not a good thing in the first place. I have started, so I stopped it. We started another one. But those things brought a lot of difficulties and problems because the stagings were wrong. So some of them stayed with me. Some of the challenges stayed with me for years. Especially those from debt and complications, things that I didn't have to be involved at all. Then we started some other businesses, construction businesses, and we did several projects, building projects, civil projects, electrical projects. Some of them brought problems. Then along the line, I had to, let those fizzle out. And then I built another one, which is mainly property development company. And then we built these retail shops as well, particularly with my wife. And one thing about building business is that if the team is good, if you have a strong team, if you have somebody you can agree, the skill sets are there, how you manage the money, how you're able to build the business culture, how you're able to develop the people, how you understand the market, how you understand the product, where to source them cheaper than what you're selling, how you're straightforward with people you work with, people who need your services, people who you also need their services, how you're straightforward, how you're committed daily to the status of your businesses, the ideas that you're sharing with the key people in the business. These things over time will decide the success of the business or the failure of the business. These things, just basic skills. One thing I've seen is that most people, when there's pressure in business, when you call them, they won't pick. When they have information, they won't call back. If the moment you see those things, there's not going to be solution. There's not going to be solution. So basic daily skills, what you're doing every day on the business, that you're doing rightly, those that you're doing well, over time, they form a force, and those will bring the success that you're looking for. The character you express, how you treat your workers, how you treat your friends, how you treat the people, your partners, how you talk, how you handle challenges and difficulties. Running a business as a family can also be very difficult because there is, children, there's marriage, there's business, contact levels are very high. You have to have higher sense of responsibility, and have to be very patient, and you have to have very strong perspective as to when things happen. But I think that the success of the business is mainly with the people who are involved in the business and their average or their accumulated quality decisions. So if the decisions were wrong, the business will collapse. It's as simple as that. So some of the things that I've done, so many businesses that didn't work because the decisions were not right, the teams were wrong, the businesses did not have to happen. But at the same time, I can say that that's how you also train, based on how we had to start with what we had. I created a lot of problems, not I created a lot of problems, because if you have to go somewhere and you have nothing to go, then you start from where you are. You have nothing to go with, start from where you are, because when you start, then the learning begins, then the knowledge begins. The magic is in the doing, and breaking things and stopping things and making a lot of mistakes. I mean, they will happen. They will happen. They will happen. I tell you, especially if you're like me. If you're not that intelligent like me, those things will happen. But some people will have it rightly said, because maybe they worked somewhere before, they had good management skills, they had good financial management skills, they were able to manage the people, they're able to package the business well, put things together. But there's something that nobody else can predict. That is the challenges when they hit, and how you handle them. For instance, deal with government officials. How do you handle them? One thing you can say is that you just have to treat them with respect, and when they come, don't panic. Just tell them what you don't know, and they will help you. Majority of them, tell them the things that you don't know, the things that you're not aware. They will help you. And after you have gone through that in a specific year, going forward, you'll be able to know what they need, what they don't need. So the problems every day come from different challenges. A different place, different. Every day you don't predict what will come out, but then you have to develop a culture where you're able to build good people to work with you, and train them well, and treat them well as well, and leave them to work, and understand and be more patient, and trust them as well, have confidence in them, let them know that what they are doing affects the business, good or bad. And always have the eye to pick the right people, the right talent. Always. Sometimes you will pick somebody who will not be so much important today, will not be relevant today, but in the future. So I've picked people who were not so much. There was a time I went to wash a car, and I saw a gentleman. He was nice. I looked at him, and so I connected him, and virtually worked with us for over 7 years or so before he left. So there are a lot of examples. Sometimes people come for an interview, you see the interview that they came, you're just thinking, because you are engineering the whole processes as an entrepreneur. And so if you don't get that right, the whole process will be wrong. And so you're looking. Can I put this person here? Can I take this person here? And you always have to also look for good people who really, don't look for people who, anytime that you pick, especially the boys, they can be very dangerous. Because there's a lot they don't understand, and they think that they have to be in haste to become successful. And sometimes when you give them exposure, they think that some people think that once you give a lot to them and you tell them to go and do this, go and do that, it means that you don't know. That's not that you don't know. You just have the master skill to develop them and to build their confidence. And so you don't have to be disappointed when they disappoint you. You have to have that mindset that you have to always be developing people. It doesn't matter how many people leave, you still have to be developing them, because that's the only thing you have. If you can't get good people to flow with you, you can't grow the businesses. Even the systems that you set is still going to be, everything cannot revolve around you. If you alone are going to, let's say you have one provision shop, it's you go, you sit there, you close it, you do everything yourself, that's one. But if you have 10 of them, 20 of them, 100 of them, the skill set that you need to manage 100 is different from the skill set that you need to manage one. Because now it's not just provision, now you're managing structures, you're managing people. Your ability to pick the right talent, treat them well, inspire them, provide the leadership is so key. Some people are talking of how Ghanaian workers are this or that. Listen, much of it has to do with leadership. Are you able to pick the right people and train them? And understand that a lot of them will fail you, but it really does not matter because they don't know. So the few who will stay, let's say you pick 100, if 2 stay with you, you have a good number. You have done very well. if you have good 2 people out of the 100 who will take care of your business. So if you push more, maybe you can take it to 10, maybe you can take it to 20, maybe you can take it to 50%. But you have to understand that one of your best skills is your people ability to pick the right talent and develop and provide the leadership for them, to work in the business. So my name is Obeng Darko, and you just have to love what you're doing as well. You just have to love what you're doing as well when you're building. And we decided to love it. We decided to love it. Some days can be tough, some days can be difficult, but it really does not matter, because this is what we have chosen to do, and we do it with all our heart. We have divine purpose, higher mission, higher sense of purpose to do this, and so we don't break. And that's why we continue to expand our knowledge, expand our, constantly learning, because that is the grease, that is the lubricant. When two members, two metal members are in contact, there's friction. One of the ways that you can reduce the friction is when you put something there to reduce the heat that is being generated, and that is the lubricant. So the knowledge is really the lubricant that will reduce the pressure to you as an entrepreneur. So the kind of knowledge that you have is very much important, and the ones that you're expanding every day. How you talk to yourself every day, the inner talks, because some people can let the mistakes eat them alive. They say that I'm not going to do it again. No, go and sleep. The boxer, the beaten, goes to train again and comes back to fight again. So continue to fight until you see the success, and that's a philosophy, that's our thinking, that's a mindset. Continue to fight again until the game is over. But until the game is over, we're fighting, and we're so hopeful and optimistic. After all, what does it take? Just one kinky to eat, and that's it. The rest is for the purpose, it's for the mission. We're ready to sacrifice to make sure that we accomplish what we set for ourselves. So I want to say thank you very much, and I hope this one waste time. But thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for watching.